Okay, reading these problems, I hope you realize that there's like some kind of geometry over here. So I want to, point out that we have the area of a certain square field. So there's a square field here, and then there's another square field. I'll make it a smaller one like this over here. So it says the area of a certain square field exceeds that of another square field by 1,008 square yards. And these are yards, by the way. So I'm going to say this over here, whatever that area is, and I'll get to an abstraction later, this one I'd have to add 1,008 square yards to it, right? So there's an area here, there's an area here, and I know there's a relationship between the two, such that the area of the big square is equal to the area of the small square plus 1,008, and these are in square yards, by the way. Now they talk about perimeter, right? And the perimeter of the greater, well, you know what? I got to write things down now. So I'm going to say this is an unknown square to me. And this would be y, 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 y. So I'm going to write that equation down. X squared is equal to y squared plus 1,008. All right? Then they start talking about perimeter. Perimeter is a different story. So the perimeter of the greater, well, the perimeter of the greater is there's four sides to a square, and they're all equal, so that's 4x. The perimeter of the greater exceeds 1/2 that of the smaller, 1/2 of the smaller's perimeter. The smaller perimeter is 4y, and it says it exceeds it. Let me read that again. The perimeter of the greater exceeds 1/2 that of the smaller by 120. All right? So I'm going to claim that this is a really good spot to be, but I want to clean it up a tiny little bit. So I'm going to write this as 4x equals 2y plus 120. And now I'm starting to realize both sides are divisible by 2. So 2x is equal to y plus 60. All right, I'm going to get my eraser out, and I'm going to start to erase things. My little picture in the beginning, I'm going to erase all this business over here now. I don't need it anymore. So I have two relationships now. And my goal is to figure out what x and y is. All right, so I'm looking at it. And I'm not going to say it's going to be easy for you, but I'm kind of looking at it, and I want to make a substitution. So I'm going to say, and I'll write this one down for you. I'm going to say 2x minus 60 is actually the same thing as y. And I'm going to take this, I'm going to pop it in up here. And what do you get? You get x squared equals, well, what's y? It's 2x minus 60. Squared plus 1,008. All right? I want to keep going. I'm going to start to erase things I don't need anymore. I don't need this. I do want to point out this relationship's important and this relationship's important because that's what's been given to me. Now I got to figure out x and y. I do. And remember, x is the bigger square side and y is the bigger square, the smaller square side. Okay, it's trouble, but I'll go through the trouble for you. And you're going to get x squared. That would be 4x squared minus, well, that's 240. X plus 3,600 plus 1,008. I'm going to take x squared from both sides, and you get 3x squared minus 240x. And there's a reason why I'm not adding those together, because I want to divide, by the way. I'm going to divide by 3. Make it easier for me. The numbers become smaller for me. X squared minus 80x plus 1,200. Now, I know 1,008 over 3 because the sum of the digits is 9, and 9 over 3. So let's write this down for you. So it's 1,008. That's 3. That would be 9. 1,003. That would be 9. And you get 18, which is 6. So what do you go there? Plus 336. All right, I want to keep going. Going to bring it over here. And this is going to be 0 equals x squared minus 80x. And then what do you get? You get 1,536. And right there, I'm looking at, it gets tough. And I know that. I know it gets tough. I could understand saying I want to use completing the square or whatever. You know what? I'm going to use completing the square. Let's put that down. So 0 equals x squared minus 80x. I need to take half of the minus 80, which is minus 40, and square it. And that's 1,600. Now, I have to take 1,600, don't I? And that would be 1,536. That's a tough one, isn't it? So what do you get over here? Well, let's take a look. You're going to get x, let's see, minus 40 squared minus, it's going to be a tough one, isn't it? And what do you get over there? 64. Well, what do I see now? I see something. And what do I see? I see perfect squares. X minus 40 minus 8 and x minus 40 plus 8. What does this give me? 0 equals x minus 48. And what's the other one? X minus 32. So I get two answers over here. What are the answers going to be? X equals 48 or x equals 32. Now, a problem a lot of students have, myself included, by the way, I get somewhere and say, I don't know what this means anymore. But I hope you remember we're thinking back to what this describes. And it really describes the side of a square. So I want to point out, I'm thinking about it. So remember the big square, if it was a 48 by 48, the smaller one would be what? Well, I'm looking at this, and what would that be? Well, 2 times 48 is 96. 96 minus 60 is going to be 36. So the smaller square would be 36 by 36. All right? That's if I chose this one here. Now let's do the 32. Let me write this one down for you. If I did the 32 by 32, the smaller one would be 2 times 32, which is 64 minus 60. That would be 4 by 4. Both legitimate answers, by the way. Either this or that. All right, by the way, this is in yards. Let's look at the key. 32 by 32 and 4 by 4. Or you could use 48 by 48 and 36 by 36. Both legitimate answers, by the way. All right? Thank you.